American spring season, and he won. The only player to kind of come out of nowhere and win his region is not an established pro already. Really great play, and it would really seal his legacy if he could defeat Yao Yao and knock the defending champion out of the King's Cup.
Players at 10 Elixir, and once again, they're starting off a little bit slow here. Haven't seen any commitment yet, but you know what? We've seen guys who are willing to break this kind of 10 Elixir stalemate. Zappin from TMD Yao Yao gets punished with goblins. They might be able to get a stab in here if TMD Yao Yao doesn't have a counter. No, he's going to drop a god. Wow, a giant.
And you can tell he wasn't super happy with that play. He's looking at his hand going, I don't know, this is the best I got.
Was it the best he got? I feel like taking the damage would have been better. He might have actually meant to play a different troop over there.
Yeah, that might have been the
instead
case
of the
as well.
giant.
But that's what you got to do. When you're on stage and the lights are on and the crowd is cheering, you have to make the best decisions possible. Sometimes that was good. Great minion horde, though, not falling into the poison bait. You put that the minion horde right on top of the tower and they get poisoned, you're really in trouble.
Oh boy, we got a big blue swarm over on the left side. Can it get the job done? Can do. Minions swipe the tower down to 1690.
And it looks like we've got giant beatdown for TMD Yao Yao. Double minions, minor. What you're going to look for in this deck is he's going to build a giant push, and then as the giant is around half health, the miner's going to dig on under and pop up near the tower. Minions, you might not know this, minions have a range of 2, not melee. They're not a melee range character, they have a range of 2. So when the miner pops up and he's melee, he is closer to the tower, and as soon as the giant goes down, it switches to the miner, not the minions, and that allows it to carry on.
Fun facts, Prince and the Night Witch also have a little bit of range as well. Their big old lance and battle staff respectively give them the opportunity to avoid things like the golem explosion, keeping just out of range out of enemies. And this might be a good opportunity for TMD Yao Yao to attack if it weren't for the Ewiz.
Now this is a splash yard deck out of Atchiin. It's got 2 main cards, Baby Dragon for air, Bowler for ground. The idea is you defend, and on the counter attack, you're going to drop your graveyard and poison. He might not do it here because the minions are shredding his tanks and it's really not worth it, but look for that in general. You're going to see like Baby Dragon Tornado, and then on the counter attack, graveyard poison.
Atchiin made a very aggressive play there, trying to get that knight out in front of his Ewiz, keeping him alive. Might have been able to keep the bowler alive as well and going for the counterattack, but seeing as it did not work out, Atchiin's taking a big one on the chin. Left side push is going to be a Baby Dragon to soak for this graveyard. Adding on a poison in the back to support the graveyard is going to work really well. Takes out the minions and the Ewiz, and that damage is stacking up pretty fast. Atchiin pulls ahead in damage overall.
And he decided to go for it there because the Electro Wizard dies to poison. So he's like, cool, I can graveyard poison. Yeah, the Electro Wizard's going to defend, but I know I'm going to kill the Electro Wizard while dealing damage to the tower.
Good counter here with the bowler. He cannot knock back something as big and heavy as the giant, but he does roll straight through the goblins and will turn around to deal with this miner in the back now. A big counter attack from Atchiin. Adds on the Baby Dragon to deal with the minion horde, and he is going places. Ewiz is about to get taken down, unfortunately, but it looks like Atchiin's finally going to get past that bridge and make his next move, poisoning the minions.
The minions are going down to the poison. The Baby Dragon's locked onto the tower. The skeletons are building up, and the Atchiin takes the tower. 1 game up on defending champion today. Atchiin, though, the defending Latin American champion, is up 1 game here. Now this is the 3rd match of this series, so the winning team of this match will only be 1 more match away from victory and the finals. Atchiin and TMD Yao Yao opting to sit at 10 Elixir. We've seen this a few times already today. You know the drill. They're probably both playing big old heavy decks, or maybe not. So I think what you do there sometimes is you wait for your opponent to make a move. If they don't, you're like, all right, fine. Like, now I'll come in and see what you guys are doing. I think if you don't want to risk it that they have a bigger, badder deck than you, it's time just to, get your cycle going. This giant is going to punish on the left side, trying to get in there on that Elixir Collector, but it's not going to happen as Minion Horde clears it out.
Bandit coming on in from Atchiin, trying to keep the defense strong on this left lane. Nice Goblin gang from Atchiin, though, is able to keep that miner from connecting. Gotta keep this Elixir Collector healthy. A little swipe from the minion, not too much to worry about. TMD Yao Yao starts off with an early damage lead, but Atchiin with a lot of Elixir to play around with.
Now it looks like Atchiin is running his favorite Three Musketeers deck. This is a deck that he has just played, I think a good amount of, so he knows what to do. You want to get out another pump, so you have, ideally you'd have 3 pumps out, but 2 is plenty. The idea here is if you can get enough pumps going, you can't be punished that much, because when you play your 2nd or 3rd pump, you're immediately back up to 6, 7 Elixir and able to defend.
Right side's going to be a poison to deal with the minions flying high, but nothing for the Barbarians yet. Forced to drop a miner on defense. Awkward play from TMD Yao Yao, but it's going to keep that tower healthy.
Interesting fact, completely unanswered, Battle Ram does more damage than a Hog Rider.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Because they're charge and then the barbs after. So that's why I think a lot of these players are opting to run Battle Ram. It's great on defense against lightning and some other spells that might try to come and take out your Three Musketeers. But additionally, these players aren't just throwing Hog Riders and Battle Rams out there. They're only playing them when they're pretty sure they're going to connect. And so since Battle Ram has a higher upside, that's why people are choosing it by and large over Hog Ram.
Punishing the lack of poison in TMD Yao Yao's hand. Atchiin sends 2 Musketeers down the right lane. Would have been nice to be able to hit the pump and the tower at the same time, but couldn't quite get to it. Minion's going to stab through the Battle Ram at the right, but the barbs have reached the tower. No, not quite. Pushed off by the big, heavy giant.
With poison out of cycle, the minion horde is free to split and terrorize both lanes. The bandit and the Battle Ram charging there on the left side. Defensive miner tells you all you need to know. That's not a good hand for Yao Yao. The Battle Ram is going to connect and bring this tower down to triple digits or maybe dead.
Yes. Finishes it off. Atchiin with the 1-0 lead, pushing hard on the left lane. Yao Yao was able to defend the right side, but there's such a massive swarm and lots of big heavy hitters that tower is going down. Aggressive 3 musky play from Atchiin will finish off this game. 2 crowns and 3.
Wow, Atchiin wins the match 2-0, defeats the defending King's Cup champion. It's not over yet for their team, but they are one step closer. Atchiin has been so good. One of the, actually, I believe the fastest growing YouTube content creator that Clash Royale has ever seen. From 0 to